All right, I don't want to offend anyone out there, but I'm with my son's favorite player. After the WBC, man, he is Nolan Arenado through and through. So kind of take me through where you are at this point in spring training. You ready to go? Body feel good?
Yeah, I feel all right. Body feels good. Timing's still not quite there yet. Timing's not there yet, but the body's responding good every day as far as waking up the next morning and feeling really good. But you know, spring training is tough. You want to get all the work in and stuff like that, and then sometimes you forget that there's a game at 1. But at the end of the day, my body's responding really well, and I feel like I'm getting close.
All right, I want to dive in on you defensively. I had a chance to break down shortstop with Francisco Lindor. You're the best in the business at it. Arguably one of the best of all time to play this position. This stuff's gold. He's had platinum all there. First thing I've noticed, we were walking over here for the kids at home, teaching moment. Look at where he is with his hands in his glove. I asked him, because you see so many youngsters today want to go 2 in this bottom pinky. Why do you put one finger in every finger slot
for me,
there?
I think it's just control. I just feel like more control. That's my preference. You know, I don't tuck the glove like this. It's hanging. You know, I want it to hang and I want to feel loose. You know, I see a lot of young fielders fielding kind of like this, and I'm a big believer in fielding like that.
Going through
kind of
it.
having out and like that, exactly, getting through the ball. And I just feel looser, and I just feel like I can just be more relaxed.
So take me back here, if that's third base. So you're telling me you're not really looking to like go old school fundamental funnel it to the belt. You're trying to create angles where you're crashing with one hand?
Absolutely. I think I'm always trying to create angles, and then to be honest with you, I don't really field straight up. I like to field at an angle. I just feel like there's more room to like work with.
Really?
You know, when I feel right here, I feel like I get kind of tight, and I'm always fielding a little bit out of an angle because I want to feel like I can either go get it or I have room to work this way. And that's just me creating space. You know, a lot of young guys are really taught to keep it in front, and I'm all for that. But
what's crazy is you drop that.
Yeah, I always keep it drop. I call it the
but
drop
you would
step.
think you would drop boom to create that.
Yeah, I just always field it like this, and then I just transfer my feet, you know, and I'm a big believer in just having room to work with.
Are you a guy that, I remember played with Vinny Castilla, he says, play as deep as your arm will let you.
Yeah. Well, Vinny's the one that taught me the drop step.
Boom.
So he was a big teacher of making sure you drop step to create room and create vision and time. And he was actually the first one to ever teach me that.
So you play deep. All right, take me through the process of the throw over to first base.
I'm more about fielding it, but I'm not a cross guy. I'm a field it, land, shuffle, and push, you know? And I just think for me, and then I'm not just like, I like to field it, bring it to the chest, take my time, find the grip, and then, you know, let it rip. You know, that's kind of how I do it. I don't like to rush anything, so.
Was there anything you did as a kid, because you got such elite hands, right? I always go back to that bullet line drive when you're in Colorado, and you kind of like slow play, boom, like, you know? Was there anything as a kid, were you constantly working your hands?
I think for me, I think to become a really good fielder, I think 2 hands is great. I think at least some drills with 1 hand, at least, you know.
I'm hearing this a lot.
Yeah, because, you know, I think a lot of people are taught to field like this, and I'm all for that, but I think once in a while you should see if you can handle 1 hand just to feel that looseness, and then you can bring that other hand back in there. I think I was taught to field with 2 hands, and then I remember I got hit with a bad hop into my finger, and I was like, I'm not fielding with 2 hands anymore. And I honestly just started fielding better because I just felt like I just felt looser and had more rhythm with 1 hand.
And I think the one big teaching moment for kids at home, at least for me, what I see with the youth, is the third baseman's delivery to a double play. What are you trying to do? So many times you see that 2-seamer riding that second baseman up the line, and here comes the runner.
Yeah.
As you know, there's nowhere to go.
Honestly, obviously I want to hit him in the chest.
Yeah.
But my goal is honestly to get the ball out and just hit him. My job is just to make a good throw. I mean,
he'll make it.
He's got to take care of the rest. If I give him a good throw, I think I'm going to give him a best chance. Now, if I throw him a throw that's low down the line, then he's got to come up and do all this action, and he might throw it away, and it looks like it's on him, but it's actually on me. So my whole job is to make sure I field it clean and hit him in the chest, and then, you know, that's all I can do.
Dude, I love it. Do you treat it as you're basically a hockey goalie?
Yeah.
That's what I used to tell myself.
Yeah.
Boom,
yeah. I'm just trying to keep it in front, and you know, like I said, I've always said this my whole career, you want the ball hit to you, and you want to be able to make the play, and I think if you have that mindset, good things happen.
Best in business,
It's good to see you, Skip. It's good to see you, Skip.